to come and present the welcome, please.
Honorable Mayors, Councillors, Police Commander, representative of our local charities, wonderful charities and schools, Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. On behalf of Charity Walk for Peace, I would like to welcome you to this year's Middlesex Region Charity Walk for Peace reception dinner. Thank you so much for sacrificing your precious time to be with us today. In the process of organizing this event, a lot of you have given us exceptional support, which encourages us to do even more. We really appreciate the unconditional support you have accorded us with the promotion and awareness of Charity Walk for Peace, especially with videos, recordings, tweets, emails, and many other ways of communications. Councillors and charities who have been spreading the word for Charity Walk for Peace, messages through forwarding tweets and other means, thank you so much. Special thanks to our Mayor of Runnymede. He's not here, he should be joining us very soon, where the National Walk is being taken place. And many other mayors and councillors for being with us and supporting the Charity Walk for Peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Introduction to Charity Walk for Peace by Rafi Ahmed, Vice Chairman, Charity Walk for Peace.
Good evening again. So I've got a couple of roles today. One is to explain the reason why we're all here today and to give you an understanding about the walk itself and the charity. And then I'll be introducing some of our respected guests to come and say a few words about their organization and what they do. And the reason why we'd like you to come up is because the wonderful work that you do, when it's put broadcast on the social media and the other TV channels, then it gives your charity exposure. It helps us to collect the funds, which then go back to charity. So if I can just humbly request that if you could turn to the projector at the back of the hall, and I will go through that slowly. So today is the charity walk for the Middlesex region. And I want to just start, I know it's a bit far for some people, I do apologize. But the charity walk itself and what I'm talking about today is really for the humanitarian efforts of our community. However, it's important, I believe, that we should actually explain to you our background and our foundation. So we're known as the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and around the world we are established, just like we are here in the UK, in 210 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, you mustn't think that I'm standing here and boasting about the 210 countries. Actually, what I'm trying to say and share with you is that in each country, we're able to use the same infrastructure that we have today to help humanity, where we can raise millions of pounds. So the chapter or the organization known here in the UK is AMA UK, Ahmadiyya Muslim Association UK. And within that group, within that organization, there are a number of other groups. For example, there's a ladies group, there's the youngsters under 15, there's the Ansar, which is us. So we are the elders of the community. So anyone who's 40 plus in the male group joins this organization. And nothing happens after that. So Ansar, English word, helpers of God. But AMIA, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Elders Association. And right down the bottom, you'll see Charity Walk for Peace. Deliberately put there because it's a very small element a very important but a small element within the grand scheme of things. And it's today that we've humbly requested you to please come and join us, and we're very, very thankful for that, and to learn a bit more about the charity walk. So I'm just going to be a few more minutes. What I'm going to do now, with the permission of the chair, is to actually play a pre-recorded video which should answer a number of your questions for those who wish to join us, who want to learn more. What I would really like to emphasize is that 100% of the money we collect goes to charity. Not one single penny goes on the pop-ups you see around you, the dinner that we organize, that we're going to provide you today, or anything else. So the good British public should be so proud, and as we are proud, that we can take every single penny and give it back to charity. So I'm just going to play the video now.
We are a registered charity working here in the United Kingdom. Charity Walk for Peace aims to relieve suffering and serve mankind, regardless of colour, creed or race. Our mission is to help society, to support charitable endeavours, to work to secure the common good, to demonstrate loyalty to country and nation, and to defend the dignity of mankind. By bringing people together to help others, it works to promote peace, engender greater understanding, and promote goodwill amongst people from all walks of life. Since its inception in 1985, the walk has been held at different venues across the UK, with thousands participating each year. Over £4.2 million has been distributed to over 364 charities. We work tirelessly to collect funds using various methods and then distribute those funds to charities and voluntary organisations. Funds are collected using various methods, including large grocery shop collections, door-to-door using sponsorship forms, and regular donations from the AMEA community itself. Our volunteers are vital to the success of our charity work. Dedicated teams of volunteers are our social capital, who contribute selflessly with their time, energy, and enthusiasm to raise funds. We have more than 150 charity champions who collectively raise over £100,000 every year. Our community advocates peace, tolerance, love and understanding among followers of different faiths. Our motto is love for all, hatred for none.
Very much, and the values that the Ahmadis in the UK espouse in practice show that that is the commitment of the community, and I'm very pleased to be in a small way associated with your event today, and thank you for the invitation.
Serving humanity requires that a person does not rest until he has solved the problem of others and takes the weight of their burdens onto his own shoulders. It requires that a person's heart is consumed by a love for others, whereby he cares not for his own comfort, but rather he cares only for the comfort of others. All organisers are volunteers. Every penny raised goes to charity. No administration costs are deducted.
The whole organisation is very impressive. The large number of the people that are involved, the rapidly growing numbers of people that are involved, and the fact that every penny raised goes to charity because the administrative costs are covered by the Ahmadiyya community. That's a great model, a great way of doing this event, and I think it will encourage people to be generous.
Last year, in 2017, we raised an amazing £685,000, which was distributed to more than 114 UK-registered charities. Another successful fundraising effort concluded during the charity cheque presentation on the 6th of December 2017 at the Palace of Westminster, House of Lords, where over £685,000 was donated to over 114 charities by the charity Walk for Peace.
Thank you for the support that you've shown to the Royal Air Forces Association. We support the whole RAF family, so we look at people who are currently serving, we look at cadets, we also look at our veterans, so we're helping people from the whole spectrum of life. So the help that you provide to us is greatly appreciated and will go a long way to helping other people who've given service to their country as well. So thank you very much for everything. Thank you.
The funds were raised primarily at the charity Walk for Peace walk, held earlier in the year within the Royal Docks area of London, where over 4,100 people participated. A wide range of charities were present last year, including Age UK, British Heart Foundation, Rainbow Trust Children's Charity, Humanity First, the Samaritans, and a host of smaller and more local charities covering the entire UK. The largest donation was £250,000 that went to the Royal British Legion. His Worship, the Mayor of Runnymede, Councillor Ifti Chaudhry, has played an instrumental role in driving the awareness campaign of the charity Walk for Peace and has opened all doors for the national event to be held at Windsor Great Park. The Chief Executive of Runnymede, Paul Turrell, welcomed Charity Walk for Peace and has been at the forefront to negotiate the planning of this major event.
Absolutely, completely. It shows a tremendous initiative on the part of the Muslim community to do this. It is an interfaith concept, and it's something I think that will benefit everybody, no matter what their faith. As far as I'm concerned, the Muslim elders put a huge amount of effort and their own resource into this to make sure that every penny goes to charity. And that's one of the marvellous concepts about this particular event. Every penny we raise will be well used, well spent, and spent on behalf of the voluntary community.
Let's work together and help the most deserving in our society.
I'm truly honoured to host and welcome people to this wonderful event at the birthplace of democracy. We're coming to over 800 years since the signing of the Magna Carta, which was in Runnymede. So I think this is of huge significance, and I would like to welcome everyone from Runnymede, from Surrey, from around the UK to take part in this wonderful occasion. Please join me to take part in this piece of history, a very worthwhile event that will raise £1 million, hopefully, for charities.
This year, the National Charity Walk for Peace is being held in Runnymede, starting and ending at the Savile Court Hotel. The walk covers some of the most beautiful areas within Windsor Great Park. The walk is on Sunday, the 29th of April, 2018. Last year, we raised £685,000, and this year, our target is a huge £1 million, and every single penny goes to charity.
So we have a number of events like this. Yeah, you can have the lights on. So there's a number of events similar to this. We've had, I think, maybe 13 so far, and there's another event coming up in Hartlepool next on the 18th. Along with the National Walk, which is happening on the 29th of April, which is just a couple of weeks away, we have a number of local walks. So if any organisations here would like to organise a regional walk, we can do that as well, and that raises more awareness and brings more funds for us to then distribute back to charity. For those still watching the projector, is that the publicity is amazing this year. Last year we were able to collect 685,000. This year we're aiming for £1 million. And I think the wonderful thing, and the Mayor of Runnymede has joined us as well, I think the wonderful thing this year is that the Mayor, as you heard in that video, and the chief executive, it's impossible to have achieved what we've done this year without them. They've been instrumental, and I really hope that various organisations here today, because it's quite local, can also join us. So there's some on the projector, you can see the Royal Air Force tweeting, the Samaritans. You know, we try to help as many humanitarian efforts as possible. If you need to know more on how to apply and how to be funded, I know it's a bit late now because the deadline was the 30th of March. But you know, maybe we could, you know, if you are interested, if you would like to walk with us, if you would like to join us in some way, then hopefully we can still help in some way. Okay, so that's my bit done. The next thing is we've got some guest speakers. We're going to finish at 8 o'clock. So first of all, I would like to humbly invite the Mayor of Harrow, Madam Mayor, Margaret Devine, to please come and say a few words.
Is this on? Yes. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for inviting the Mayoress and I this evening. It's a great honour for us to join you for this auspicious occasion. I would like to congratulate the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association for UK in raising over 4.2 million over the past year through charity walks, and which has benefited over 300 UK-based charities. I know this has been said before, but if we keep repeating it, people will understand it and accept it more. Your organisation admirably serves mankind worldwide as well. I understand that last year you raised over £685,000 and donated it to 114 UK charities. Sincere congratulations on all your wonderful achievements. Last year, your organisation donated £250,000 to the Royal British Legion Poppy Appeal, a great cause. And on the 6th of December last year, a charity Walk for Peace hosted a cheque presentation event at the Houses of Parliament, which was attended by Lords, MPs, mayors, RAF representatives, dignitaries, and representatives from over 70 charities. So, as first citizen of the London Borough of Harrow, I should like to thank the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association UK for all the fantastic work you do in supporting the community and our charities, not only in Harrow and in London, but also nationwide and worldwide. Please do continue with your marvellous work. We really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is the Mayor of Hillingdon, Carol Melvin. May I please request her to come and say a few words?
Thank you. I am delighted to be here this evening. I have attended in the past a few different Ahmadiyya charity events and such like, and the amazing work that the Ahmadiyya Muslim community do is beyond amazing, because they work so hard in so many areas, and particularly going to London and doing marvellous work with the homeless in London and the elderly and many other ways. But I am equally delighted to be here tonight to support and bring awareness of the tremendous charity work being done by these organisers, and the walk, and to promote the charity Walk for Peace in support of excellent continued work being done. This is a great opportunity to raise much needed funds for smaller, well-deserving local charities and other communities and not-for-profit organisations who need funding for different projects here in the UK. The larger charities get huge donations. The smaller ones need our help. And this sort of event is how they get it, and it's fantastic. I've been asked to mention my charities. As you probably know, the mayors, all the different London mayors, they have nominate charities to raise funds for over their year. And my three are local to Hillingdon and quite small. The Halo Children's Foundation, which is one of them, is a bereavement charity that supports young people and their families following the death of a loved one. The lady who formed the charity lost her husband when she had a 2.5-year-old and a 6-week-old baby, and she could find nowhere to get support. So she started her own charity, which was great. The Linda Jackson Macmillan Centre, which gives help, and about 120 young people who go, different beavers, cubs, scouts, all sorts. But unfortunately, the hut that they've had for 60 years is collapsing due to underground water eroding the foundations. So they set up last year a fundraising to raise 170,000 to build a new hut. And so far, they've raised 135,000 themselves, which I think is a phenomenal way of doing things. But I've included them this year. Now, I understand that some 5,000 people are expected to take part in the walk on Sunday, the 29th of April. And the walk is already being promoted on our Hillingdon Borough website. And I'm more or less convinced that one or two of the members of my charities are actually going to be doing the walk with you. So please, I just say, do offer the walk and the organisers your full support, both in promoting the event on social media and by word of mouth, and in addition to any donation, no matter how small, to this worthy cause. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. I'd just like to say thank you to other special guests here. Everybody's a special guest, but you know, some people are so busy. So Councillor Jean Lemmerman, who was the ex-mayor, she's here today, so thank you very much. And Councillor Krishna Suresh and Councillor Sasi Suresh, thank you for coming. Our next speaker is Simon Rose, who's the Harrow Borough Commander. May I please request him to please come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. I think North West London is exceptionally fortunate to have such a strong and vibrant Ahmadi community as a force for peace. We're lucky that they're so vibrant, they're so committed and have achieved so much. I'm personally delighted to come here this evening to learn a little bit more about what you do. Now, the £685,000 last year and the target of 1 million is extremely impressive. But I think there's much more to it than that, really. The walk is very important. It sends out a message across London, across the UK and the world. It's about building relationships between communities. It's about building bridges between different faiths. And I passionately believe it's a strong force for reducing hate and promoting tolerance. I would like to say personally, I wish everyone participating in the walk enormous success. And I can only say personally on my behalf and on behalf of the Metropolitan Police Service, we are very, very grateful for everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we come to the charities. So we've got a few to go through. We'd like to give everybody a chance. As I explained before, how important it is that when this is on social media, the words that you use on social media, it's a very powerful message that you can give. So the first charity is Spear London. Heidi Shrimpton, Head of Fundraising, if you could come and say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here today representing Spear, which is a homeless charity working in 5 boroughs, which is Richmond, Wandsworth, Kingston, Sutton and Merton. I'm the head of fundraising at Spear, and we became involved in the organisation through a talk I gave at the local Hounslow Mosque on one of their international and their opening days. And we were really just totally embraced by the community. And since then, they've got involved and given us various gifts, etc. And this is our first year of getting involved in the walk, and we're really, really excited to be part of it this year. Our charity, we work with people, helping them get off the streets and into accommodation. So we work with the most vulnerable people in our community. We work with people who've got mental health issues. We work with young people that have come out of care. We work with people who've had family breakdowns and are rough sleeping and are at a point of their life where they're feeling very, very desperate. And our outreach team, they go out at night and they help people get into accommodation, into hostels. We also believe that homelessness is about getting people independent. So we also help with education and training and health needs, so we can get people from homelessness to independence. We've been a charity around for 30 years. We started in Richmond, and the reason we started was 2 people died sleeping rough under the Richmond Riverside. And the woman who founded us, she said no one should die because they don't have a home. And that's still our motto today. And we're now, as I say, working in 5 regions, but we're also working with women. We work with women who've experienced domestic violence. We've got young people's hostels for sort of 16 to 18-year-olds who have any questions, please do come and ask. I have left some leaflets on the tables. So I look forward to hopefully seeing many of you at the walk in a couple of weeks' time.
Thank you, Heidi. Yes, I think that's important that please utilise this time as comfortably as you wish to share the work that your charities do with each other so that we can engage your work and raise more funds. Our next speaker is from Battersea Dogs and Cats, Kate Redding. Yeah, sorry, Kate. Thank you.
Good evening. Firstly, thank you so much for inviting us to come along this evening, and secondly, for giving me the opportunity to speak to you all. I will keep it as brief as possible. I know there's many people to speak tonight and so many good causes and good people in the room to have your voice. Battersea was started in 1860 by a forward-thinking and determined lady called Mary Tilby, and because of her work we are still working all around the UK today. We have 3 sites, one in Battersea, one in Old Windsor, and one in Brands Hatch. For those people taking part in the walk later this month, if you would like to pop over to our Old Windsor branch at the end and say hello to some of our residents, I'm sure they'd be very grateful for a little bit of fuss and a hello. We are one of the only mainstream animal welfare charities to have a non-discriminatory intake policy. This means that we do not discriminate against any dog or cat that comes to our gates. We will accept them regardless of previous behaviour, any medical conditions and age, and they stay with us for as long as it takes. The average stay for a dog and a cat is between 30 and 40 days, but we have some residents that have been with us for between 300 and 500 days. We give them the best love that we possibly can in the environment that we work in. We believe every dog and cat deserves a second chance and deserves to go home and be part of a family surrounded by love and care. I was so impressed to see how inclusive the Charity for Peace walk event is. and that extends to our four-legged friends. I truly believe we live in a nation of pet lovers, and to be included as a beneficiary of this event, we are very, very grateful for your support. I'm going to leave it there. I hope everyone has a lovely evening, and thank you so much once again for letting us come along tonight.
Thank you, Kate. Our next speaker is the founder and live president for Weldon Activity Group. And Brian, if I can request you to please come and say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Brian Whitehead, and I was the founder of a charity called the Weldon Activity Group, which is a daycare centre for adults with severe learning disabilities. Our clients are autistic, they have Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, and severe learning disabilities. So we run this charity Monday to Friday. The clients come from Harrow, from Hillingdon, from Brent. Yes, that's about it at the moment. And they come from daycare, they come from care homes, and we actually make a daily attendance fee which covers our costs. Now, talking about costs, we run very much the same way as the charity here, in that the administration, all the accounting is done free of charge, all the management is done free of charge, run by the trustees, and so all funds that we receive go directly in supporting the clients. We've been doing this now for, I think, 18 years, and at the moment we have something like just over 30 clients attending every day to the centre. We have something like 60